Larceny. You like that intro? How was that? You like it? Well, I was really excited to start this video because I want to make it on meditation, and I actually just did my meditation for the day and I really loved what it was about, and I wanted to share the final quote on the meditation. Language exerts hidden power like the moon on the tides. And I thought that was really cool because this session was on language and how we speak to ourselves and the thoughts and criticisms we can put in our own mind just by the speech we use. And that's something that I don't think anybody really thinks about. And we can be so hard on ourselves and just put negative thoughts and feelings in ourselves, and then those become familiar and come back the next time that we're in a situation like that. Very stressful, isn't it? Hi buddy, come on in. Language exerts hidden power like the moon on the tide. So it's not something you really see or think about, but it's there and it's having an impact on your life. So I just thought that was really cool. I wanted to share that with everybody. But today I'm going to talk about my meditation routine, what I do when I try to do it, and just talk about it so that if you're interested in trying it out, you definitely should. I started meditating probably a year ago. I probably started trying, but it's really hard. Like anything else you do, it's something that you have to put your all into in order to get out good results. So I didn't really start fully practicing every day until probably the beginning of this year, so it's probably been 8 months. I really want to do it every day. It's something I try to do every day, and I have had a couple months where I haven't been as good as I've wanted to. I try not to get too down on myself because that's kind of the point of meditation, is to not critique yourself, use bad language on yourself, and get down. It's just to keep trucking and a lifestyle change, kind of to put it in your life, like exercise or anything else. Something that really hit me was when I went to go see the doctor that I saw that actually referred me to my, to my EMDR therapist. He said he's just a family medicine doctor, and it's a little bit more holistic medicine there, which I really like. And he said to me, 4 things to live a happy, healthy life. Do these things as much as you can, and it'll make you as happy as you can. 4 things to live a happy, healthy life. Eat well, sleep well, exercise. That really stuck with me because I could see those 4 things really doing good things for my life. Obviously, it can be hard to do all those things every day. I mean, life's crazy, and sometimes you don't want to work out, and sometimes you want to eat a burger, and that's totally fine, but your best to be mindful of doing the things that are going to make you happy. I use the app called Calm, C-A-L-M, Calm, and I actually learned about this app from my friend Sam Lehman, shout out. We studied abroad together in Australia, and we were actually in Thailand on a spring break trip. Tough life, I know. We were trying to get some sleep because time differences, and we had a long flight, and we were just taking a nap. She pulled out her phone and put on the Calm app, and it changed my life in that moment. I was like, I need this. I need sounds to help me sleep. And she didn't even use it for meditation, really, I don't think. I think she just used it for the sounds. My favorite sound they have, this is the rain. I don't know what that is. It's really cool. It's just the earth, I guess. Storm, really heavy rain, icy lake, mountains. That one's like Montana. The sounds are just the first part of what this app can do. So you can leave that on and sleep to that if you have trouble sleeping. I did pay for this, maybe $60 to $100 for the year subscription of this, which I know can be a lot, but it was something I really wanted to put into my lifestyle, so I committed to it. At the top here you have your daily calm. So that's actually the meditation I just did on language. Every day there's a daily calm on the app right there at the top. So if you're not doing a different series and you just want to do the daily meditation that they have for you, then you can do that. Woman who does the meditation series, her name is Tamara. She's sent me emails after I signed up, and she has a really soothing voice, and she's really good at meditation. I actually read some about her journey online, and it was really interesting. She seems like a really inspiring person. Here you have all these tabs at the bottom. There's sleep, meditate, music, and masterclass. Sleep There's all these bedtime stories that you can play. Music, there's just like relaxing music. And masterclass is kind of like podcasts, different little mini series. Pretty interesting. Mindful eating, a medical doctor, 4 pillars of health, rethinking depression, the power of rest, social media and screen addiction. I listen to one like that. Really interesting stuff. Breaking bad habits. Meditation, meditate is in the middle. Oh, I forgot to introduce you guys all to this gadget I have here. Is the Google Pixel 2. Don't be alarmed, it's not an iPhone. I know people are gonna freak out. So you probably don't wanna text me because you're gonna get green text. I just always laugh because everybody started hating me when I got this phone. I met my boyfriend Paul in Australia, and I never knew that he would have green text because we didn't text in Australia, we couldn't text. So when we got back to the States and I started texting him and realized he had green text messages, I was like, I got myself into. But now I'm that person, and I switched over to the Google Pixel 2, and all of my friends hate me for it. But I don't care because I really like this phone, and it's cool to have something different than an iPhone. No hate to iPhone, but I like my Google Pixel. The only problem I do have is when my friends with older iPhones try to send me pictures, they're blurry and won't resolve on my phone. I wish I had known that. So if anybody knows how to fix that, tips and tricks, let me know. Anyways, with the meditation, there are all these different series. There's 7 days of happiness, 7 days of self-esteem, gratitude, focus, sleep, 21 days of calm. And those series, I think with the free version, you can do a couple of those. I guess you would just have to keep doing those in a row though, because you don't have access to anything more than a couple of those series. That's why I bought the subscription. But those series can be really helpful, so you do it 7 days in a row, 7 days of anxiety or grief, something like that. So if you're going through something specific, those are really great. I at first did all of those before I bought the subscription, so 7 days of focus, 7 days of happiness, just really honing in on certain aspects of anxiety, depression, life, whatever you need to meditate on. Get increasingly more in depth as you go on in the series. So you can try those for free, so if you want to download the Calm app and get those. This is not a sponsored video, I just really like this app, and my therapist told me about it, my doctor told me about it, and I've started using it and loving it, so I want to help other people. You think meditation is something that could help you, I really suggest trying it. It can be really hard to start doing it, but once you just incorporate it into your routine, like it's exercise or something, it can become part of your life. What I do is I typically like to meditate in the morning. I'll get up and I have my little sign that my boyfriend bought me, do not disturb, meditation in progress. And I honestly meditate in my closet. I live in a really small apartment with my boyfriend, my dog, and my cat. So it can be hard to find a space that's peaceful and quiet and I feel alone and not disturbed and not in the way. So I put that sign up, I let them know I'm meditating, and I sit in my closet and it's just dark and quiet and peaceful, and I feel like I can get away in there. The meditations are 10 to 12 minutes, so that's all you have to do a day, 10 to 12 minutes. Here, I'll show one of them.
In this follow-up series, we'll be digging deeper, exploring different types of practices and ways to bring mindfulness into your everyday life. That our emotional state is, for the most part, completely dependent upon our external circumstances. We're happy when things are going well, but because everything is temporary and our circumstances are always changing, our happiness rarely lasts for long.
That's kind of a specific one. This is integrating mindfulness into your everyday life, so this is a beginner series. So basically, she tells you to take a position, have good posture, that can be the hardest part. But I don't think it's always important to be, perfectly sometimes if you just need to lay in bed and get rid of your anxiety by a meditation, I think that's totally acceptable. Sometimes you'll do a body scan, just kind of going through the different parts of your body and physically noticing where you're holding tension. I always am holding it in my eyes, in my forehead, my jaw. She'll say to relax your jaw, relax your face, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I've been tensing this whole time. Your stomach, just places that you really do physically hold anxiety and you don't realize that throughout the day. But taking this 10 minutes out of your day to relax the muscles in your body, wash away the stress of the day, is really important. Physically and mentally, it's not something that people realize that they need to do. The biggest part of meditation is focusing on the breathing. She'll tell you to physically think about inhaling and exhaling and focusing on the breathing. Perfect meditation is basically thinking about nothing, just focusing on your breath and nothing else. And that's really hard. I mean, I've done it for seconds at a time, but even meditating for 8 months now, I'm no monk. Those guys that go and sit and meditate for hours on end, all they're doing is focusing on their breathing. And you realize how many thoughts are coming at you while you're trying to think about nothing. And that's also information to take. And the point of mindfulness and meditation, she says, don't push away those thoughts. Don't try to avoid those thoughts. Don't get mad or upset at yourself for having thoughts. Let them come and let them pass. She says, let them pass like a cloud in the sky. So you saw them, you acknowledge them, and they move on. It's not about critiquing yourself, getting mad at yourself, getting worked up about anything. Just acknowledge and move on. And then she incorporates that as well with emotions. So if you're feeling an emotion, you feel anxious or you feel nervous or you feel mad, angry, to not get upset at yourself for feeling that emotion, to feel that emotion and let it pass and move on. You don't need to let that emotion take over your day and take over your life. Acknowledge that you have it and let it pass. That, along with the breathing techniques, really allows you to take space in your daily life. Another huge important part of meditation is taking the practices you learn and using them in real life. So say you're on your way to work and you're stuck in traffic and you're going to be late. You can physically take that space, acknowledge that you're anxious and you're stressed and you're mad at the guy that cut you off, and then let it pass like a cloud in the sky. Because if you choose to hold on to that anger, it's going to ruin your whole day. But if you take those practices, and that is the hardest part, is taking them into real life and saying, I'm going to stand in this line and wait. That's a part of life. It's okay. It's not going to ruin my day. I'm just going to wait, and then I'll get my groceries and I'll go home. Finding that space and finding that calm and that mindfulness can be so important to changing your reactivity to things. My dad says this to me, and I think it's so cool. The first time he said it to me, he said, you can literally change your mind. And you can. It's just like anything else. I relate it to swimming. To be a swimmer, I swim every day, and I feel great. I'm going to do great at the race, but then I go on vacation, I take a week off from swimming, and I come back and I feel really slow. I don't feel fast. I don't feel like I'm at my peak performance. It's the same thing as meditation. Like anything else, it's practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes it easier to incorporate in your life. It becomes more second nature. So, like swimming, when I come back to meditation after a few days, it's harder. It's harder to focus. It's harder to relax and hone in on my breathing and let those thoughts pass without critiquing myself. But it's something you have to do, and if you do practice and really focus and become successful at it, your brain pathways will change and you will become a calmer person, because your brain will say, oh, stressful stimuli, okay, I know how to cope with this, I know how to handle this. Your second nature to breathe and let those emotions pass. You've acknowledged them, you're not burying them or avoiding them or hiding from them, you're letting them pass, and then you move on. I just think that is so powerful. That is something that you can physically change your outlook on life and the way you're feeling, and I don't think people really understand that. It makes you feel so in control of your life. You can control your emotions and your feelings and your thoughts about yourself and about other people, and if you don't like the way that you react and you think about things, then you really can change it. And I think meditation is a huge thing for that. Yeah, that's kind of my spiel on meditation. I mean, I have times that I don't do it every day, and that's okay. I try not to get mad at myself, but I try to just come back, and I really do feel great after I meditate. Like today, after I meditated, I was just so excited to come film this video because I thought that quote about language was so powerful. Like the moon on the tides. I'm a really big astronomy nerd. I love constellations and the moon, and everything. So I really loved that connection. I hope you guys liked it. If you want to try out some meditation, please do. You can download the Calm app on your phone in the App Store. It's free unless you want to pay for it. I think you don't have to get a year. I think you do like 3 or 6 months. But if you want to try it out, I highly, highly suggest it. Meditation has changed my life. It has given me control over my feelings and thoughts, and it gives me space to breathe, and it can be really great at the end of a stressful day. Just sit down, remove yourself from everything that's happened that day, meditate, breathe, cleanse your mind, and then you're ready for the next part of your day, honestly. Something stressful, really stressful happens and you just need to get rid of it. You meditate, you let that go, you acknowledge your feelings, you let it pass, and you're in it. You're back for the day. I hope that you guys try it. I hope that you like it as much as I do, and you have to give it a real shot. Don't do it once and say, why am I not a master? Try to do it every day for 1 week. See if you can do it, and I promise you will get better at it, and just keep going. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you watched my last video, it was about my journey with PTSD, and meditation has really been a world of difference for me with coping with my PTSD. It's really the reason I started meditating. So if you haven't watched that video, go give it a look. And then if you want to try meditating, download the Calm app. If you guys liked it, give me a big thumbs up, share it to people who you think could use meditation in their life, and I hope everybody can feel a little bit more calm. Thanks for watching. Bye. Look, it's just a camera. Say hi.